Hello, everyone. This is Melanie of Melanie's Matters. I'm just going to pop in today and talk about a few things. One, I disclosed, I think back in 2023 in my book, Atypical Journey, that I was molested, and it was by a male that my mother married. So, the political term, I guess you will call it, is stepfather, but he definitely was not a stepfather. But I expressed some of the things that I had experienced in one of the chapters of the book. So, I'm going to tell you how magnificent God is in your body. Back probably like 20 years ago, probably a little bit longer than 20 years ago, I found out that the abuser worked literally down the street from me. I was living in an apartment complex, and he literally worked down the street from me. And when I found out this information, I didn't know how to feel. I felt conflicted. I felt confused. I felt angry. I felt probably every emotion on the spectrum. I felt it. Because of course at that time when I was told, all of those emotions just came flooding back after I had blocked them out, and I blocked some of them out, and then I had dealt with others or addressed others, right? So all of those emotions came back. For a couple of days, I wrestled with the fact that, okay, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with it? Do you need to do anything about this? Well, what do you need? And I wrestled with that for a few days, so much so that I didn't sleep, so much so that my anxiety went through the roof. So I made a decision. I said, he's not going to allow me to carry this burden all by myself. A couple things that I did. One, I found out that he had a son, and his son was an adult. I found out where his son lived. I wrote his son a letter, letting him know what his father did to a little girl. That was one thing. I felt liberated by that. Because I'm like, your secret is out. Then secondly, I got enough nerve to say, I'm gonna go down to this gas station. I'm going to this gas station. And leading up to me going to the gas station, you can imagine how I felt. I was very nervous. I felt like I was going to throw up. I felt like I was hollow inside. And so I had no plan of what I wanted to say, none of that. But I said, I need to do this. I need to do this for me, because I'm trapped. And he trapped me. So I went down to the gas station, stood in a line, about 3-4 people that were ahead of me. And when it got to my turn, it was like a sense of freeness came over me. I felt like I was that caged bird that was about to be freed. I felt exhilarated. I felt like, oh, it was like an awesome feeling, but I was still nervous, you know. But when I got to the front of the line, I took a deep breath, and I looked at him, he looked at me. And in that moment, nothing needed to be said, because I'm going to tell you why. I showed him that you didn't kill me, you didn't break me. I'm not out here on drugs. I'm not out here tricking because of the things that you have done to me psychologically and physically. So I stood there, 10 toes down, looking at the abuser right in the eyes, y'all. And it wasn't a very long engagement, right? But I wanted him to know that you ain't do nothing to me. You ain't do nothing to me. So the look that I got back, y'all, was a look of, oh shit, she's a grown woman. And his face just went pale. He didn't know if I was coming there to cause harm. He didn't know what I was going to do, right? But I just looked at him, maybe about 10, 15 seconds. And I got everything that I needed to get from that 10 or 15 seconds. Not that it solved all of my problems, but when I walked away feeling like he has not, I'm not entrapped anymore. I'm not entrapped. So fast forward to today, another 20 years later. I literally work less than 3 miles from that gas station, and up until today, I've realized that I have passed this gas station 5 days a week over a course of at least 7 years. And what my God chose for me to do when the connection was made that this is the place where I became liberated. My mind did not automatically go to the trauma that was caused. My mind automatically went to the place where I had a sense of freedom. I was free. I had another couple thoughts, but the overwhelming thought that I had and feeling that I had, y'all, was of liberation, was of strength, was of empowerment. And I had to laugh because I was like, wow, I really could have went back to that space of trauma easily. And although I have worked through some of the traumas that has occurred as a result of being molested, I could have easily slipped back, though, very easily, right? But that's a true testament of the spiritual entity, and it's a true testament of how if we focus on the negative, that's what we'll get, the negative. But if we choose to focus on the positive, guess what? That's what we're going to get, the positive. I hope this short video helps someone. Just because we go through different traumas and things happen to us does not mean that we have to live in that space forever. Free yourself. Free yourself.